All right, this is a SIG P938 Extreme or something. I can't remember what it's called. Nightmare or something, maybe. I think it's the Extreme. It is really cool, and it's very small and fun to shoot. But we got it in about July of 2012. That's the manufacturer date or ship date on the box. And we had failures to extract from pretty much the second magazine through it. It would leave the round in the chamber and, partially extract it or failure to extract it completely, and then the next round would load and have a Type 3 malfunction, which of course you have to basically lock the slide back, strip the mag, rack, and it's a big mess. And it would do that. It would go 100 rounds or so, 120 rounds or so even, and then it would do it a couple of times in 2 mags. We have 3 different mags that did it with different kinds of ammo, different magazines, different manufacturing brands. Didn't seem to have any particular pattern when it would do it. Tried to keep it clean. We sent it back to SIG. They didn't replace the extractor, even though they pretty much know it's a problem by now. They didn't replace the extractor. They polished the breech face, or detailed the breech face, the letter said, and replaced the extractor spring and test fired at 50 rounds with no malfunctions. Sent it back. We got it back, and it ran for 110 or so rounds, I think, and then it started failure to extract, and basically just shipped it right back to him after that and said, didn't fix it, please put a new extractor in it. It took a couple months, I think, and we got it back. This has not been fired since we got it back. I have oiled it properly. And they also sent an extra extractor this time. In addition to the one that they installed, they sent an additional one, just in good faith. So that's cool. So hopefully we won't need it. And let's run some rounds through it and see if it is finally fixed, because they are very cool little pistols. I mean, they're very slim, very unpocketable 9mm. The trigger is sort of weird and it's heavy, but for a defensive pistol, that's probably not a bad thing. But it's really accurate. It's fun to shoot when it's working, and if it's, if it'll go 200 rounds without a malfunction, then we'll call it good. And always try to keep it cleaned and lubed between shooting sessions, and not run 1,000 rounds through it without cleaning it. And let's see if we have any more problems. I'm not going to make you watch me shoot 100 rounds through it, but it comes with these flush fit 6-round magazines, as well as a 7-round, which allows you to get most of your pinky on there. And that actually makes it much more comfortable to shoot for range use, or I guess if you're a pocket carry, you probably want to use the flush fit. So let's shoot it a few times and see if it's working. Okay, I can't remember where this hits, so let's hold center on that. Primer strike, I believe, or a dud. Let's see. Sorry about my flinch. Let's see if we can make it do it again. No problems with that magazine. Okay, this is PMC bronze. Hopefully this will work better. working well. This is interesting. This is a failure to fully chamber. That's the 7th round on a 7th round magazine, 7-round magazine. And it did not fully chamber. The extractor didn't slip over the round. So let's... So that was a failure to feed technically, but I haven't seen that malfunction before. I haven't had any failures to extract. We've gone through 50 rounds of the PMC bronze and about 40 rounds of the Herder's brass case. We do go through another 50 of the PMC and then some hollow points. Hopefully we don't have any more of those failures to feed. That was the last of the 100 rounds of PMC bronze FMJ 124 grain. This is 6 rounds of Hornady critical defense. What is it? 115 grain. With the flex tip, super awesome, expensive. See if it works. I've got a failure to feed. Looks like that might have fixed it. Let's see. Maybe we won't use those for defense. So you got to check and see what runs with your gun. So I don't blame that on the gun. That just might not like that ammo. The good news is we had 0 failures to extract. We had 1 failure to fully chamber on the PMC bronze, and that was on the last round, about round 80 or so, last round of a 7-round mag, and 1 failure to chamber, 1 failure to feed the critical defense that was fixed with a tap. So, always check your ammo for whatever you intend to carry. Make sure that it will run on that particular ammo. So no, really, we've had 1 malfunction out of 100, 1 failure to chamber with that PMC bronze. 0 failures to extract, though. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to take this down and clean it, have a good look at the firing pin channel, and all of the rounds on this gun have always been very light primer strikes. You won't be able to see probably, but it doesn't have that really defined. That one looks like it hasn't even been hit at all. It's that one of those Herders. So you can sort of, it almost looks like it barely dings them, and then they fill in back with the recoil, so it's almost like that hasn't even been struck. But as long as they go off, that's what matters, and the PMC has gone off every time. So make sure you check your ammo. And Anyway, looks like SIG has finally fixed the extraction issue. The other issues may be ammo related, maybe it has to be scrupulously clean, but I'm not upset about a failure to fully chamber in this regard, especially since I've had so much trouble with it, a failure to extract. So let's call that good for now. And we'll decide on another carry ammo that is fully 100% functional with a couple hundred rounds of it before we should carry it. Thanks for watching.